subscribe. Let us know in the comments if y'all agree, disagree. Maybe we bugging. Like maybe we don't know what the fuck we talking about. Let us know in the comments. Let me get to this next topic, right? Can women experience true happiness without romantic relationships with men? What's your thoughts? Can we start here with you?
I'm sorry, what was the
Can
question?
women experience true happiness without being in a relationship with a man?
It depends. I don't know. It depends on the woman. I can only speak for myself. I'm spiritual, so I experience that happiness within God. God instills it in me. So that's my answer to that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I completely agree. Always God first. But I do believe it's a personal thing. Like if you have your own type of hobbies and things that you enjoy, or things you like to do with friends that doesn't have to be a lover or anything of that nature, then I do believe that you can find happiness without being with a man specifically. Um, I hope we're not speaking. Are we speaking like sensual, sexual, or anything, or are we just
Just
saying in general?
romantic
A
relationships.
romantic. Okay. Yeah, I think that you can find friendships if it's in a male or a woman or platonic partners where it doesn't have to be a sexual thing, where they make you happy and they do the things that I guess you'll probably want the person that you're dating is doing. So I do believe you can find happiness without actually being in a romantic relationship.
All right, so let me reword this question. Do you think women are truly happy being single?
Yes. Oh, you want to answer?
Oh yeah. I like dating myself, so I've had time where I like dating myself and figuring myself out and trying to understand myself as I developed over years. You know, they say you kind of change every 7 years. So me trying to figure myself out is the only way that I could probably be a good person or advocate to dating anybody. I need to understand myself before I put myself on that type of platform personally.
Mm.
So I do believe that you can find happiness through dating yourself or just being single without having a partner.
Okay. What's your thoughts on this? 'Cause I think you spoke about something like this, right?
Yeah, no, I do think women can be definitely happy without being in a relationship. My thought process is, and what I spoke on was, I don't believe that a woman who decides to say, I want to be by myself forever, I don't think that you're truly healed or happy. I think that that is a lot of pain that you will decide to be by yourself forever. Like, I just don't think that naturally you want to, you know, spend your last years by yourself. And a lot of women are like, I'm happy by myself. I'm like, but that's now, right? Like, again, we're talking about when time goes on and they really think that. So I think people take it out of, like, they miss the key part of, like, forever. If you want to be by yourself forever, you need to do some work. You need to go heal yourself, because again, the whole point that it's not true is because you got a dog, you got companionship. So you're truly not happy by yourself. You need someone. We need companions. So that's the point that showed that we're really not built to be by ourselves. We have our friends, we have, our hobbies, we have things that are going to fulfill us. It's just, again, it goes back to, like, what are you speaking from? Is this pain? Is this hurt? Is this trauma that I believe led you to, I'm going to do this by myself forever? I think that that's a broken mentality.
And you were shaking your head. You disagree?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay.
I was saying when she said forever, I was like, no, talk about not forever. I do not ever plan to be alone.
Got you. Any thoughts on this?
Man, can we get the fire extinguisher for her mic?
No, I had a woman.
I thought you were serious about
I had a woman come on my live and say that she decided in high school she was going to be by herself forever. She was like 40. Like, that's whatever happened in high school.
That's because nobody wanted her ass.
But whatever happened in high school had to be really hard. That made you decide that from that day on you want to be by yourself forever. Like I said, you got some work to do. Like, that must have been a really bad situation that you decided as a teenager that you wanted to be by yourself forever.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Ace. Okay. All right. This next topic I want to get to. One thing you speak about on your platform is, women dressing modestly and stuff like that. Do you think there's a cultural shift with women not wanting to dress modestly and wanting to be more revealing? Like, what's your thoughts on that, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the norm. I think that it's what women like to see other women in my opinion. I think women hype each other up to dress more revealing, and and even though we know, most of us know that men don't, good men, a quality man does not want, you can find a man who's going to like it regardless, right? But I think when you start attracting certain men, they're not going to like that. And I think when we get into the modest talk and the conversation, it goes back to the let women do what they want to do, mind your business, why do you care? But I'm like, it's so much protection that I don't think we correlate what being dressing modest. And, you know, again, going back to your point about wanting black men to protect you, how can a man protect you when you put yourself at risk? And I think we kind of undermine that even just by how we're dressing and we go out in public. I have to know that when I go outside and I'm going to, you know, wear certain things, if I put myself in a situation, I'm now putting my husband in a situation because of how I'm dressing. So I think we go back to like thinking about, because I know for us as women, we want to have the autonomy to do what we want, but I think we dismiss. I think if you're, as long as you understand why men objected, I think cool. Like, long as you're aware that why men don't like it, but I think we get into the men are controlling, they're insecure. I personally don't believe, this is just me, I don't believe that a man who's with a woman, if he truly loves her and cares about her, that he will allow her to go outside with no clothes on. That's just me. I don't think he really is serious about her. That's just my opinion. Because I think any man who truly loves his woman in that way and wants to keep her sacred to him, he's not going to want to have her exposed to the world. But if he's like, you know, I don't care, girl, do your thing. I just think that that's a, you know, a viewpoint on depend upon. I just don't think that's a real man would, you know, would want his woman to be that way.
Gotcha. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't really have any thought. I don't agree with it, but I don't got nothing to say on it because that's how she feels. Me, my man loves me to death. I'm still gonna wear what I want. I just don't agree with the whole simple fact. You said something like if you wear, what'd you say? You said if you wear revealing clothes, you got to be prepared to come with that.
So I'm saying if I go out in public and I'm wearing, let's say, something see-through, and every man is not respectful. We know that, right? And he decides to touch me, right? And again, it's not okay. I'm not saying it's okay, but we know that there are men out here who don't have respect and they will, you know, do things. At that point, I now will have to involve my husband because now I have to, let's say, call him because this man put his hands on me. Simply off the fact that I was exposing myself.
I feel like, well, that man, if he were to touch you, his mother, whoever raised him, failed him. Because a woman, you should be able to wear what you want without being touched or sexually assaulted.
But let's think about this. What you're wearing, is it not sexual?
Give an example. What you talking about? A dress? You talking about a bikini top? What are we?
See-through.
Yeah, it's just exposing your body. Your breasts are showing, your butt is showing. It's see-through. You know what people wear. They're wearing very. At this point,
it's all the
lingerie and
time
Air
wear that. I
Maxes,
still don't.
right.
I don't agree with what you're saying.
Right.
Though.
But again, I think that's kind of the thought. Like, we should be able to wear whatever we want. And I think that that's also, you know, why we have this clash with men and women.
Yeah, in a perfect world, that would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? But we know we don't live in a perfect world. Like every man is not raised by a 2-parent household.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not raised right with morals and everything. It's creeps out there. We just had a show about would you want to go in the woods with a bear or a man, and 4 out of 5 picked the bear. You know what I'm saying? So we know that is men out there that women fear.
But and to that point, right? If we say black, let's just use, because a lot of this come back to black men a lot of times. If we say black men are so dangerous,
right?
Why would I then go outside with no clothes on around all these dangerous black men?
I don't think I need some.
I don't have that thought. Like, I love black men. I'm not scared of black men.
I'll see y'all next episode, yo.
What?
Honestly, like, I didn't think we think about if we and I'm not. This is not to where any of the ladies on the couch, but a lot of women feel that way. Black men are dangerous. They pick the bear over the man.
No, that's
but if we're in this world and we are going outside, because a lot of women go outside and scandalous clothing, and they also get belligerently drunk. So you're also putting yourself in a bad position while you're also not dressed the right way. So again, you can be taken advantage of by, you know, so I just think if we use that thought process that they're so bad, why would we not want to protect ourselves at all costs?
I want to say, I don't use that thought process. I've never thought that, like, a black man would be unsafe to me. Like, I've never had that thought, like, where I couldn't run to a black man and be like, if somebody's chasing me, I would run to the black man. But I never felt unsafe. Like, I would never. I know everybody's experience is different, but I've never thought that. I've never been raised like that. I've never been in that environment where I feel like I hate black men or I dislike black men or that I'm scared of them. Like, I look to them to protect me. Like, Like, I wouldn't run away from a black man. I wouldn't want to be in the forest with a bear. Why would I want to be in the forest with a bear? I want to be in the forest with a man, with a black man that can protect me, that I can communicate with. Like, it's
That's the logical
that.
and reasonable.
that's not
and
like, you know what I'm
responsible
saying? That's
answer,
not my thought. Like, why would I be so scared? I don't know. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but why would I be so scared of a black man? Like, when I come from one, like, I just don't understand that. And that's just my own experience. But
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm out the loop. Maybe I'm living in a bubble, but I never thought that was the general idea of women. Never. Like, never. Not even the women around me. Like,
But
they're
that
not afraid of black men.
I don't mean to go back, but that's why it was so important for us to articulate how we felt about the first statement.
Well, I'm going to challenge certain things that you said, because it is, I'm on both sides. I'm very expressive when it comes to my styling and things of that nature. I'm not going to sit here and try to form fit myself into what the expectations is, because I am heavy set or I have this shapely body. I'm not doing that personally. Women that do it, I get it. But if a woman is slender and she can wear a bantu top, I don't understand why women that have, a bigger chest shouldn't be able to wear the bantu top. Do you get what I'm saying? So I get the bias and the things of that nature, where certain things through certain expression can lead to people sexualizing you. But as a woman, you're already sexualized. There is no adjusting how men view you, right? Yeah, they might see you and say, oh, she wants it. No, she doesn't. It shouldn't give a man a green light to say, oh, because she wore the sleazy, short-fitted skirt, that she obviously wants some type of... No, I can't agree with that. I get what you're saying, because it will start attracting the wrong type of attention. I get what comes with it, because I've been in modeling predicaments and stuff like that. But I think it's solely focused on the person, and it shouldn't be form-fitting where it's like, oh, all women should dress in all black, covered head to toe, and like as if we're Muslim or anything of that nature. If we think back in the 90s, they were wearing the stuff that's coming back now. You get what I'm saying? Like the skirts and mini skirts, they're redoing it. So it's nothing new under the sun when it comes to style.
But if we go back, right, like the 90s is just not that long ago, right? But if we go back to the 60s, they weren't.
Yeah, they
right?
weren't.
So we go...
Certain things were, even when you think about stripping and things like that, they were more so, they would keep the bralette on. Yeah, so I get what you're saying, as we have evolved as people and as women, but I don't believe that women should have to place themselves in a box because they're afraid of how the next sex may react to it. That's just like, I don't think when I'm going outside, like, oh yeah, this is very flattering
to me a certain way.
He might. Nah, I'm not even, because...
Do you care how you're portrayed though? Like, do you care how...
Absolutely not. I'm here to serve one person.
No, exactly.
And that's God.
So let me ask you a question. Are you a mother?
No.
If you had a child, would you care about how you're portrayed to your children?
To a certain things I would not expose my children to.
No, like I'm saying like your normal, the way that you like to express your style.
Oh yeah, like my 9 to 5. I'm sure if I told you probably my position in my career path, you would probably think I'm the total opposite, and I like it like that, because I don't want people to know what I do in real life.
No, I get it. I'm just saying our kids are going to see us.
Yeah, so
in all aspects.
Through my
so
9
I'm
to
just
5.
Saying, would you care?
Absolutely. So if it's something that I'm going out to a nightclub with my friends and we like, okay, we go dress, it probably wouldn't happen. But if we're like, okay, we're going to wear hoochie wobby outfits, then I wouldn't, my kids will probably be with their daycare provider by then, and I wouldn't expose them to that because they're not at that age where they should be exposed to it. But if you think about it, societal norms and the parental control, you don't really have control over it. So I probably would want to express certain things to my children and start to set the tone for them prior to them seeing it on the street and adapting to it elsewhere. With that being said, no, I get what you're saying. Like certain things I would definitely limit my kids to. I wouldn't let them see me at a young age, like going out to a nightclub and I have a bantu top on. So my daughter thinks I don't even approve of certain kids at a certain age wearing 2 pieces. You get what I'm saying? I don't think my daughter would never wear a 2-piece at a certain age. Belly button piercings, no. Yeah. I believe that at certain ages where you have to set the tone with your children to build that type of connection to let them know, like, okay, I accept you for you and what is appropriate. My mom goes through it to this day, and I'm grown as heck. And my mom is still like, but you're my daughter. And I'm like, I get it. My mom's like, you never want to understand until you have a child. So I get why people have these visuals of what should be. But I don't think that people should try to change who they are to fit into societal norms of what is accepted or what things to avoid in life. it would just I think it would make a lot of people miserable because it's like, okay, I can't be, fashionable, but the Kardashians could wear it because they're on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like certain things that come with it. It's like they get to wear it, but when I put it on, it's like, oh, why you got it on?
They got
Same
security.
thing. They got security,
They
right?
do.
I guess that's why. But
I really
think-
like the.
Wait, hold on, let me say something real quick. I think why men and women view this topic so different is because, like, men are looking at it through the lens of a protector, and women, like you said earlier, is just like, I could do what I want. You know what I mean, y'all not thinking about the future, the consequences of.
But I've been with a man that's very accepting. He helped style me. You know what I'm saying? My best friend has helped style me and been so because he is a protector. He is my sole provider. So he's there for me regardless. Of course, if I'm talking about, baby, I'm about to walk down the block in a bikini. It was a time where I had a double up. What is it called? Like hose. I don't think they call it hoseries. You know when it has the holes in the dress. What do we call those? Fishnet.
Fishnet?
Yes, fishnet. Why was I calling it hoseries? Fishnet dress, but I had it doubled up, and he was even like, "Okay, best friend, I can see your panties. Change that." Because I had doubled. So you can't really see. You could see portions of my skin, but you couldn't really see it because I doubled up the dress. But the point was, he called it out, like certain things, like, okay, panties, we don't want to see your panties. Put a different color panties on. So he would call out certain things, but it was never like, okay, I need you to change that whole fit. Actually go put a coat on, some sweats, and I don't.
You said this your best friend?
Style. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but he's a male. He was, he's my.
Would your man be
dated
able to do
prior.
that?
I was about to say,
We dated prior.
That's
He was
her
my,
man.
he's my.
No, I'm saying,
boyfriend.
but was he your man? When he was your man, would he be able to do that?
Yeah, he came outside with me. Yeah, it's been times where he came outside with me. He when he knows he has a good looking woman, he doesn't expect people not to look. It's just like respect her. Like eyes wonder naturally as men. Y'all can probably equate to that. Your eyes wonder.
I think there's ways of looking beautiful and sexy and have sex appeal without revealing yourself.
Absolutely.
So that just
I don't
I'm
disagree
different
with
on that.
Absolutely.
I think like a lot of the times when I hear these conversations, right, it always goes down like you said. You speak to young girls. I think what's happening now is we're having young boys being raised, and whenever they go to social media now they're being told they ain't shit. Don't be with him. This, that, and the third. The young girls are growing up hearing that same rhetoric towards young black men or black men. And then on the other end, you have young black boys who are growing up and they're seeing women, their mothers being super sexualized, and then them start to listen to the music, and now they're sexualized women. Now we have this over sexualization. So we don't realize the impact that we have on the youth and how they're going to grow up. Because now, again, it goes back to now there's a cycle again. Now the young boys are going to grow up, and now they might not want to fuck with black women because all they heard their whole lives is black women bashing them and saying, don't be with them, or they this, that, and the third. And now we got young girls growing up who going to have the same, oh, well, this girl said all black men is whatever the case is. Like, it must be true because she got a lot of comments under her shit. Like, so again, we're continuing the same cycle. There's no solutions. It's just bashing, and I don't see it getting any better. Like, you know what I mean? So even with the modesty thing, it's just like, if somebody is telling you, hey, like, your man, you know what I mean? He has an input. He should have an input. We go back to, societal norms that we don't tend to give men. Like, we use, like, as society has progressed, we become so like alternative lifestyle, like we don't fit into these societal norms. But when it comes to men, they always have to continue being their roles have never changed. But now women's roles are interchangeable now. We don't have to cook, we don't have to be submissive, we don't have to clean. That a man can do. This is the rhetoric we're hearing. While a man's job is he has to be a provider. There's no flexibility in that. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you why I feel like it has came to that type of conclusion? A lot of times, what we've seen in households where women are bringing those type of things to the table, there's no acknowledgement. There's no form of appreciation. They are being violated. They are being cheated on. They are being treated very low. So why would a woman continuously be that type of sole provider or go out her way to learn how to cook, clean, provide, be nurturing, stay at home? Why would a woman do that?
But
they would have to create a form.
There's men that's providing for women that have got cheated on. So do you think that's a valid excuse for the next man to be like, you know what? I provided everything for this woman. She cheated on me. So now I'm never going to do it again.
And there are households where you're taught to love your man, to not conform to what everybody else is thinking, to be the leader, not a follower. Like, it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying. You know who you are. You know what you want. You know that a man is this. You know that black is this. Like, who
How many
cares what everybody is
If
saying?
if
All
a
right,
lot of our
maybe
people
it's
grow
not,
up
but
in single-parented households, how are they hearing that?
But even in single-parented households, there are some single-parented households that teach that. Like, don't be a follower, be a leader. Like, there's that you should love black men, that you should love yourself above all. Like, you should care about how you carry yourself. And that is what's supposed to carry you. Like, it's not everybody else's job. Social media is not what's supposed to be raising you. That's not like the prototype. You know what I'm saying? It's what's in the home.
But social media
No,
is
it's
raising
influence.
you.
But
Yeah,
when
social
you're
media
taught
is-
to be strong in your home, it don't matter. You look at those people like, oh my God, what are they doing?
But that's
like, this
not,
is crazy.
I think we're, like, I don't know if y'all recognize how powerful social media is. Like, you can say if you're, because most children are being raised by single mothers, right? Most in the black community. And social media is very much raising our children. It's very much so. Even if your mom is saying, sweetie, do this, do that, you got this, your social media and your friends who are way louder, because that's all you see. Kids don't even have a difference of the more modest girls versus the not. Everybody is, right? I've seen it with my own eyes. My students coming to school with ethical shorts on. They're in 12th grade. And I tell them very, very frankly, the way that you dress, be mindful of how boys are going to treat you. You have to be mindful. It doesn't mean that you should be called out your name, but you have to be prepared when you come to school and you want to wear see-through tights on with a thong to show your butt. You have to be prepared for how you will be treated. It's not okay, but when you do certain things, you have to be prepared for what's going to come. So if you don't want that treatment, I'm not saying that you can't still be called out your name, but again, you're more likely. And these kids are very much. These girls are seeking attention so badly, and all they know is to do is take clothes off. That's it. That's what they think is
So
how I
how
get
do
the
you
attention.
recommend them be prepared for it? Like, what would you say?
Recommend to be prepared for what?
Yeah,
What
when you say that when you come into the school with the ethical shorts, you have to be prepared for how boys react to you. So, like, what is the preparation? Like, what?
No, I'm saying, like, you may not be treated nicely. He may call you out your name. Like, if you're okay with that, keep wearing them. But if you don't, you can't come and say, Miss, he called me, he looking at my butt, he keep talking about my butt. You're in shorts that his eyes are only looking at your butt. We can't, again, like you said, everybody's gonna look. They're boys. Everything is over sexualized. So everybody's not being raised to, keep their mouth shut. So again, if you don't want him to say these things, I've even had girls, I'll say, I can see your panties, but don't look. I can see your panties. They're out. They want to show their panties. They want to, so you have these situations. And again, it still goes back to being very harmful. You got a girl who's playing too much with a boy. He does this to her. Then they get into a situation and she's calling her brother. Now somebody's not here anymore. All over, right? Because she thought she could wear whatever she wanted to. And then now we're in this bad position. And they're 16 years old. All because I think I could do whatever I want to do.
What were you going to say?